Hello. In the previous recording, we went through and took a code base and generated a product requirements document, a system design, and a test plan. Here, what we're going to do is take those same documents and created a PDF version of the same document. And we're going to use these documents that came out of the reverse engineering process, and we're going to translate and revamp these specs for a Python application. So I have a chat started, and this is using Copilot 365 in Microsoft 365. And we're going to have assume the role of a senior Python developer, review the PDF file, which I attached, and then translate and revamp the product requirements for a Python application and write a new product requirements document. So I've gone ahead and attached as I've shown here, and Copilot will go through and generate this document. What I like about Copilot is it's pretty good at reading these PDF documents and going through and generating an output. We're using GPT-5 as our model, and we're going to go through and generate that. Let's now click this copy response, and what that's going to do is generate a markdown file, which I can then use in the next iteration when I go and forward engineer this into the Python application. So let's go to the next step, which is to review the system design document. So the first thing I'm going to do is put in my request for that, and I'm going to need to attach that system design document. So I will just drag it and drop it in there and allow Copilot to read it, and then have it go ahead and review the system design PDF, and then translate it into a Python solution. And it's going to go through and create an expectation of how it's going to be architected and layered and how the various components will work. As we go through this, it'll include various error handling and validation, testing strategies, and the like. Again, I can copy this response and save that. And that is my new system design. And then finally, I'm going to go through and create a new test plan. So we're going to go ahead and add that test plan PDF document. And each of these are just taking that markdown using a tool like I'm using a tool called Obsidian, which does a good job of turning markdown into PDFs by exporting them. So now it's read the test plan, digested this into the Copilot, and now it's ready to follow my instructions where I'm going to translate and revamp this into a test plan for my Python application. And here it explains the various design strategies, how the tests will be designed, the environment, various tools that I can use, and goes through a lot of the different test cases by component and how that strategy would work. And gives me some guidelines as to what my coverage goals should be and a number of other ideas that maybe I hadn't thought of. I can copy my responses there and save that as my new test plan. Okay, so now I have new versions of the product requirements document, system design document, and the test plan, all for a new Python application.